Right. Let's hear what Neil has to say now. I want to hear what he knows differently. Neil, you can unmute now. What exactly are you trying to say in terms of, you're saying that what Uberman said is a lie? You've got to unmute now. Neil, if you're there, you've got to unmute. Now's your moment to speak.
Okay, yeah, hear me now?
Go ahead.
All right. A 400 generator the country get, right? All that's supposed to share towards, all right, say my share then, get labor it then. Get the labor it then. Is that how you go then? Because if a 400 generator get, right? All that's supposed to share for small 1,000 people. Eh? All that's supposed to share. If I do that then, get the labor it then. If I stop the case then, right? But then get the central people, get the hospital, you get police station, him get Chief Curry, PNP Chief Curry one, right? That can't share for the people at the Bridging. So they get the central place them at the police station, hospital, and then place there. Right? So that means everybody will benefit away there. Right? Come on, man.
So no, you just said to give
the generator.
You just said to give it to the PNP. Is that something that you believe that should be happening? To give it to the Labour rights. Is that something that you believe that the Prime Minister should only be giving generators to people who support his party?
No, but you see, the Brethren say if you give the people limit, it's a more service purpose. If you give it to the police station, we are going to serve a lot of more people than if you give one person, right? Give the hospital. Right? Give them places where needed, where everybody can go and get service, right? Then we give to one individual, right? And a 400 generator, 400. How the hell 400 generator go share for small 1,000 people? Eh? A 400 and 100 people get 100,000 people get affected, right?
Right. So can I ask you before you go, Neil? I mean, you seem obviously you're quick on the mark to defend and to get the facts out there. How did you feel about the Prime Minister declaring war on misinformation and going after people who he says criticizes his government?
Yes. People first stop telling lie. People stop telling lie. A lying lips is abomination to the Lord. God don't like lying lips, right? So with still lie and mislead people, just like how PNP come and tell people, say the storm now come, right? Government will deal with them, right? Put in law to criminalize them, but they can't tell lie, make them prove it. If they can't prove it, they got prison. Simple as that. If you can't prove it, fine, but if you can't prove it, you got prison. What's wrong with that? You have a choice then. You have a choice then to choose if you're going to tell lie or if you're tell truth. If you tell lie, there's a consequences for that. If you're tell truth, there's a consequences for that. Simple as that. No, that's true. You have a choice between bad and good. Choose one.
So hold up, Nell. So you think people who criticize the Prime Minister and the government, they should go to prison if those
no, people who tell lie. People tell lie. People tell lie.
Noel.
Suck out the mama.
Noel. I just want to tell Neil, you
suck out the mother. Dig out the mother.
Noel, you need to take it down. Neil, you are illiterate. Stupid, Neil. Neil, you illiterate. Neil, you stupid. You sound so stupid.
Very dark.
Mind not bite your tongue. You eating the food like hot potato. Like hot cornmeal porridge.
I don't know which one Neil crawled from.
I swear he talking as if he eating hot cornmeal porridge.
He's a back of the class, man. That.
The microphone. Good evening.
God Almighty.
Extreme welcome.
I swear these people who come here and acting as if on your holiness, especially the men, I wonder, are they want to sleep with Andrew Holness? Because I don't understand why they act like this. Like, man, come
Just
on, it's
one
a
question.
Them need
man.
to stop talk on the
Stop.
behalf of the people, because them not care for the
Stop.
people. Them
I
need
was
to
I
stop
was
talk.
expecting Extreme to
That's all I
say
would
something
ask
to
him.
stop him. You
No,
know,
no,
Extreme,
remember
I was
I am
expecting.
familiar with him. I am
All
familiar
right,
with
let's
him, so I wouldn't even go down that road.
Oh, it's the first I'm seeing him.
No, man, I'm used to him.
But I
wow.
mean, the
Okay, so
gentleman make
I
a
mean,
mistake. He could have just come up and correct him. He didn't have to like acting like
I
that.
mean,
Oh my God.
he's got a bit of anger problems. I mean, it's quite chilling though, just hearing what he said in terms of people who pass opinions, and if those opinions are deemed to be untrue, then they should go to jail. I mean, that's. I wonder. I wonder if the things that he said is is a reflection of how some people are feeling in Jamaica. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, extreme. Let's just try and get back on track. So we're talking about the $1 trillion aid package given to Jamaica that the Prime Minister has obviously gone out and seeked, and he's got it. I was trying to sort of contextualize and give people a sense as to why, the pros and cons. The cons is that there's gonna be pressure on future generations, right? In terms of people having to try and repay that loan. So it's gonna probably take years for that loan to be repaid. What do you think?
I totally agree with you, Noel, and I've been listening for some time now, and I heard when you mentioned the 1 point something $1 trillion, and I'm wondering to myself, how is it that the government intends to use this money to boost the economy? Because as you would have known, prior to the hurricane, we were mostly dependent on tourism. We are barely producing anything. So how is it that this money will be channeled into the economy to boost the economy to keep the country stabilized?
Hmm. So when we talk about $1 trillion, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Jamaican currency, but that's probably enough to repair the entire island. And I'm just thinking about the
Um,
additional
we
money, the
we
additional
have
money
had a
that's going to go
budget.
into it. Yeah,
We have had budget that is about that amount before. So
right.
yes, it can go a long way. But the question I'm asking, and I heard you said it earlier, it it will it will be trickled down to generations to come if it is not managed properly and channeled into the right direction. I am not making a call now to say that the government is not able to, but I'm hoping that they will.
Right. So do you have confidence that the money will be spent properly? I mean, listen, the only reason I'm talking
No,
about
I
this,
don't.
I hate to talk about too much money all the time, right? And Hugh, if you're here, Hugh, please come up as well, because I feel like figures and money can turn people off and it confuses them. So I just want to try and keep this really simple. So $1 trillion in Jamaican currency, in terms of US, that's 6.7 billion, 6.7 billion US dollars. Are we, how, so say for example, if the PNP wins the next election or the JLP wins again, do you think tougher decisions will need to be made around then in terms of how, sacrifices or how the country's run? I mean, I'm just trying to get a sense as to the impact this loan might potentially have moving forward.
Definitely Noel, because prior to the hurricane, signals were made with when it comes to public sector jobs being cut. Several
Mm.
different private entities were signaling, such as NCB giving like voluntary departure for their staff. So it has been signaled early on, but I don't have too much confidence in the government handling this money, especially in a form of loans, because we would have seen how how much the money has been mishandled over the years. Several different ministries is yet to produce a report to say where such money has, been diverted to or been, used up. We would have seen that over 3 point something trillion dollars has been unaccounted for. We cannot have a government who mishandle or have agencies who mishandle the money to the point where nobody can give account for it.
Let me bring in because he's pretty good at maths. He's very, very good with numbers. Hugh, talk to me about this and what your concerns are, or are you thinking this is a good thing? This is going to rebuild Jamaica and people can get a bit of normality back.
Good afternoon, Noel. Good afternoon to those on the platform, those in the chat, those on the FARU page, protocol observe. Good afternoon, Extreme, Madam Sec. Let me say that $0.7 billion is a lot of money. And it is from several multilateral agencies. And I guess they will help to provide oversight for the projects which this money would be used. So in that regard, I am happy that the government was able to gain that amount of money, or commitment rather, for the recovery plan. What we want now to do is for the government not to use cronyism or nepotism to interfere with the proper redevelopment of Jamaica. Because at the end of the day, these money are not free. These money will have to be paid back. And our debt to GDP, which is at 62% now, will go up to probably 115%. The biggest question needed to be asked now, will there be a raise in taxes? Because if you borrow that amount of money, then Jamaica is just a service economy. And 40% of the service economy is being damaged because in the western part of the island then is the tourism hub. So that will have to, the areas surrounding all those big hotels, the roads, the bridges, all the infrastructure will have to be rehabilitated. And I guess the government will pay priority to especially the tourism infrastructure to benefit for the government to at least get them back up in the shortest while. But if the government, through the agency or the vehicle they would use, it's what, NARA, for redevelopment. If they have strong oversight on that, and it is not left to politicians alone, then we would expect to see some development in Jamaica. And a component of that as well should be allowed to filter down to land reallocation to the persons, especially in the parishes which were destroyed. You were saying something, Noel. Let me pause and
no, definitely. Hey, Eagle Boss, Michelle, good to see you. Thanks, guys, for coming on. So, guys, let's just keep tapping. Let's just keep tapping and sharing if we can. We're going to talk to Young Ras. He's a new artist who's got a song out right now called We Rise, and it's all in aid of Hurricane Melissa. So he's coming up shortly. Hugh, what I wanted to ask was, how does taking on more debt help? For example, the single mother right now whose home is underwater, she's in a shelter and she's trying to rebuild. Do you think, because again, when we talk about 1 trillion Jamaican dollars, it's easy for us for it to roll off our tongues. But what will people see? Will people be able to see things happening quicker now, and we'll be able to listen and see things being done, and then the Prime Minister will provide a timeline as to potentially when people might be back in their homes? I'm just wondering, from a practical point of view, what will we see immediately with this $1 trillion aid package?
For that $1 trillion aid package to really impact the country in a positive way, you will have to, as you said, that mother who is homeless now has nowhere to live. This aid package will have to help those people. Because if you use that money and just fix up the tourist area, fix up the roads, build up the bridges, and those persons who were affected in those areas don't get any form of help, then you would have failed the people. Because the people at this time who has mostly been affected are the poorer class. Well, a big percentage, a certain percentage of that money will have to be spent on one, providing homes for the people who allow for them to get the land through adverse possession. And 3, to open back the economic corridors so that they can be employed. Failure to do those 3, that money will not impact the people, but rather impact the bigger business sector.
And just to add, before you go, Noel, if it is that the government is going to, in Jamaica now, they basically have contractors. The money has to be channeled within the economy to stimulate and boost the economy. So we cannot have a lot of international, unless it is needed, we cannot have a lot of international people coming to take that money back out of the economy, which we will still have to repay and bring it back to their country. So the money has to stay in Jamaica and stimulate the economy. So the contractors, the contracts must be given to the ordinary Jamaicans. Anyone who has the ability to pick up whatever contract, building contract, repairing contract, whatever it is, it has to go down to the regular, at least down to the lowest level, the regular people. It cannot be one set of people, because what is going to happen, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen nowhere, is that persons who already have them money, we talk it in a layman term, who already have them money, they are the ones who will benefit directly. Mostly, majority of them will be the sole beneficiary of the money being channeled into the economy. So the poorer class still won't get anything out of it.
What do you mean by the people who already have their money? I mean, can you break that down?
Okay, so so if it is that road repairs, right, contractors who already have, some big contractors who already have their contracting equipment will be the first. The procurement process must be observed. Everything, we need to have proper oversight. Yes, we understand the crisis, but at the end of the day, if there's no proper oversight as to what is happening, just like Uncle Blair just explained, we're going to have cronyism and nepotism and all kind of ism when it comes to this, and then it's going to be down to the poorer class to work their back off and pay off that loan again, while the rich continue to feed themselves and fill their pocket.
So the main concern for both you and you right now, and I'm not sure if anyone else on this panel share this concern, but there needs to be safeguards in place to prevent political allies or contractors from profiting, right, off the recovery budget, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Right. And is there
so evidence? You and I, Noel, if you and I have contracting equipment, we will be overshadowed by others, not necessarily based on merit, but based on affiliation. We have seen it.
But if they can do the job, then what's the issue? Or sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. if someone can do the job and the
you and
government
you
have a
and
good
you
working
and I can
relationship,
do it too. So you and I can do it too. So we should
so the
not be
process needs to be
overshadowed.
fair. Right. So the process just needs to be fair and a breakdown of
Right,
exactly
so
how
as to
every dollar.
channel the money in the economy, because you and I have families to feed who lives in Jamaica, and we will go back to the grocery store, spend that money, and then the government will in return benefit from the consumption taxes.
Do you think had the government prepared for a category 5, and obviously they keep saying that there was no way that they could prepare for it, but had the government prepared, would they have needed to go out to try and get a $1 trillion Jamaican dollar aid package?
I let me just say this real quick before you come in, Mr. Blair. The fact that, and Kira Blunt, I remember her name clearly. She said it earlier, and it was one of the most important questions raised over the past weeks. If it is that you could prepare yourself, or you could pay into a insurance bond or whatever it is for a category 5, it means that you have information and you should have been more prepared. Sorry. Right. You should have been more prepared.
Right. Hugh, any thoughts?
Yes, just to follow up on what Extreme was saying. If we want to grow the economy, then these loans must be used to stimulate the economy. And that is one of the reasons why I am not too inclined to support the government buying this massive amount of container houses, because we will be taking out foreign exchange out of the country to support another country, while we could have get our builders, our masons, our carpenters, the person with the hardware, the aggregates, and start up a large amount of building in Jamaica. And most of that money would have been spent in Jamaica in order to stimulate the economy. But spending all of the money outside, and as Extreme just said a while ago, to get foreign contractors to come in and do the work, and then the bulk of the money will leave the country. We need the money to stay in the country, to stimulate the economy, and to try to get back our debt to GDP coming down, because our fiscal policies will have to be relaxed for a period of time, but we must never lose sight of bringing the debt down, the debt to GDP down to 60%.
I'm just thinking about the future generations of younger people. So we know the population in Jamaica in decades, years to come, will be significantly younger than it is right now, right? So that basically means that the younger prime ministers, MPs who will be around when all of us here will probably have our little strollers, have our little trolleys that we're driving in because we'll be really old. They're going to be the ones struggling, trying to find ways to revitalize the country, trying to pay for the economy, trying to pay off the debt, right? So I feel like when we talk about these things, we have to think about the knock-on effect that it's going to have in the future and the years to come. Not sure if you have any thoughts.
Noel, that is why as government, it doesn't matter which government, you have to be fiscally responsible. You don't react. You must be proactive. So you have to prepare. We go into hurricane season every single year. We have seen scientists doing their studies. We have access to this information. So therefore, we should rely on this information to get ourselves to a position whether or not the buildings in that part of the island would have withstand the hurricane, but at least we would have had plans in place for the other parts of the island to ensure that productivity is boosted right across wherever it is. We have to, Mr. Blair mentioned about, we have to find ourselves in a position where we can be attractive. Jamaica is a brand by itself across the world. People crave our brand, so we have what it takes. We have the ability, we have the resources. Us, the people, are the resources, and we love our country. We would want to be home, but at the end of the day, I don't think at this time the country is being managed in a way to benefit the majority, because it's just the minority. If you look at the persons who can afford a certain lifestyle in our society in Jamaica, it's the minority, it's not the majority. So we have to put things into place prior to any event happenings to ensure that we keep our country. I am from St. Mary, and there was a whole banana production in St. Mary a few years when I was a child. Now that part it's totally gone. So that production that we usually depend on is no longer there. So I don't know what has taken all of this away, but we need to we have resources in every single parishes. So therefore we should have been doing things. Everything that is being done now is extracting from the country. The hotels, yes, we're seeing them going up. They create jobs, but at the end of the day, majority of what they earn goes back where? It doesn't help the economy. So we have to identify things and put things into place, invest in our people so we can stand up to the brand that we are.
All right, let me come to you, Anash. What's your take on all of this?
Okay. Hi everyone. Anyway, my input on this, I'm saying, do we need this money? Yes, we do. Can we handle this loan properly? I don't think so. I don't trust this government to handle this amount of money. What we need to do, or what he needs to do first, we have money. He has a lot of donations. Why not use those money first? Use what we have. Try what we have and see what we can do. Stretch the dollar as far as you can stretch it. After we have done that, after we have exhausted that, then you can go back to the table and let's see. Because $1 trillion is a lot of money. When I'm dead and gone, even 100 years, it's going from generation to generation. So we don't need this. We don't need this now. He got donation, and I've heard they said in Parliament they haven't used the money.
That's the separate money from that's coming to the country as a result of the hurricane.
I know. So let's use what we have first. What I'm saying, use what we have first. Then we can decide. Because there is money. There is money there. Let's lose it up. Don't just jump. I'm happy for him that he's approved to get this amount, yes. But then again, can he handle it? What will it take?
So are you thinking, Anash, that he's going to take a chunk of that money and run off once he leaves office and go and live somewhere in another Caribbean island? Is that what you're thinking?
I didn't say that, but can we trust this government? I don't.
They're going to all of them pocket.
I don't.
After she finish with that.
They're going to deal with their people first. They're not thinking about the economy.
What do you mean their people? What do you mean their people?
The government, all government, MPs.
They're not thinking about the economy. They're happy getting the loan. But what are you getting the loan for? Yes, we need tourism. Yes, we can use the money. We can utilize the money. But how? If it's managed poorly, what's going to happen to us? We need to think about that.
I mean, maybe now is the moment that we, sort of have a bit of trust and see what he does. And just a bit of...
Noel, good evening, everybody.
Hey, Igor.
Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Noel. All right, that's when you said Noel. Well, check in because now it's just 30 days until December, right? Yeah, 30 days left till 2026. You know me believe I got me, Noel. Take it from me. But I believe that just some of the money there, it's same enough on the budget next year, Noel. Plain and simple. That's how me see it. If it not start spending it, that me see. Next year budget, some of them same money we can get, it will help fund the budget. It might sound a way, but that's reality. To how me know how the government are run. We can't jump nothing from him. We can't even trust him and say, say, I could give me benefit of the doubt. Him I go do something. He said third term was for the people, And I know, and that, Mr. Some things where you have with a talk, you know. Andrew, you need to do the work, bro. Then put it in, me never help put it in, but then put it in. Do the work now, bro. There's a third term to the people. Give the people a minute, no man, the people and make people and bash you. It seems like Andrew can't walk in Jamaica. It seems like other thing, you know, walk in a country. I really think, as him saying about nobody, I don't know what he say about that. Can nobody not threaten him? He might fight because you talk about the aid. You can never see this, like, I first never see this stuff from me ban. Me ban, and the government is supposed to give the aid, because if the government don't give the aid to the people, then we are going to suffer and we are going to dead off. And just saying not afraid of nobody, and if I war a war. What that want to tell us, it tell us if anyone that we think we about to go to him not back down. That's all me get from it. Because we are gone high school and we learn. Yeah, go ahead, Noel. Ask away.
I mean, don't you think it's important that the country, you know, start to look like the way it once did before Melissa tore it apart? And that money will go a long way, no?
The boy told me, see, Noel, it coming out, boy, we are making a command, Noel. We the people of Jamaica, we every day we get up and do. Right now, half of Jamaica, this a town side, I've got good on the south side, go help them. But it take it time to come. But when me him say, the other night, no, Andrew say, we not fear give the people them nothing. You know what that left for? Andrew will not see nobody start dead yet. And that means literally get from it. Because if Andrew sound like him say, him out for tap it, and give, it means they want to see we start dead off, drop for starvation. And the labor right them, una literally know and una understand. We not bash uno, we only say, when on here we attack, uno come on, no man, we not say we get on board, you know. But help time no una labor right, uno go there go talk to him like uno, right now uno can guy party go talk to him, we can go come here PNP. I mean, I want to see him face. But uno go and talk to him and say, no, you know, say we do the thing, just do the thing, no man, open it up like easy pressure for we now. You make it while we are suffer. West versus East, right? Go ahead.
Are you in Jamaica right now?
Right, but they're not Jamaica, yes, but not because me get light and everything. Me still, me next sister and brethren, them are suffer down so.
So you know people who are literally genuinely struggling to
yes, right now, people are Sentan right now when I have no light, bro. Sentan when me there right now, people that me they are not, and them that's west. And southwest Sentan have no light right now as we speak.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Anyone heard Andrew came out and sympathized with the nation, sympathize what the citizens are going through?
No.
I've never heard it.
Man said
I've never heard it.
We not forgot to give nobody. We not forget no ear. And yeah, man, like him wants.
I heard him came out and I heard him declare war. I did not hear him say, I sympathize with my nation. I sympathize with the citizens. I don't him in election time. He was all over the place. Even labor rights, I have known of labor that he paid to vote for him. And no, you're not with the people, you're not walking with them, you're not consoling them. Listen, this man is not leadership as a leader.
And you know, you nobody did it, my sister.
Let me hear from Steve. Steve.
Yeah. Good evening.
What's your take on this?
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, the lady will speak like while I talk. I don't understand what I say.
Why you don't understand?
What you talk say?
That I don't trust the government?
No, you mean you don't trust the government?
I don't trust
Steve, just make your point and don't bother come for the lady. Just make your own point.
What you mean the company lady? When you come on the internet and attack, you have to talk a wise thing. What you mean you trust government?
But I don't trust him. You want me to
trust
lie?
Mark Holding. Hey, lady.
I do trust Mark
No, Steve.
I do trust Mark Holding. I do trust him.
Noel, can get him make him same point. Noel, just get him same point.
Did you give Mark a chance? Did you give him a chance?
So Steve, just make your point. What are you upset about?
No, or you come and say you not trust government and you not trust government. The amount of money Mark Goldie get with it. When we did it.
Mark
Them
Goldie
Mark
is
Goldie
not.
get some money with it. And them say the thief. Who just come back come down from all the world.
Mark Gold is not the prime
Mark
minister.
Goldie is not the prime minister.
Can you contribute something to the conversation instead of attacking people, Steve? Let Noel ask you the question, answer the question without attacking anyone.
So Steve, so she's got her opinion, right? So she's obviously saying that she doesn't trust the government, and she's entitled to that opinion. What do you want to say to her in response? Is there anything that you? Is there anything that you can convince her?
Say Andrew wants to declare war. You when election in election year, people them don't have sent it down the line. I talk about war, and if a war, and the world is sit down for everything. Everybody come on the internet just style Andrew only. So on the fields, Andrew say government. One people in Jamaica are eating. All year there, the whole people come and style the Andrew Wallace. So oh, you say Andrew Wallace declare war now. Andrew Wallace not declare no war.
Steve, so you're.
Steve, calm down, man. Calm down.
Steve, you're angry. Steve, are you angry? Steve, are you angry the way in which people are talking about your prime minister?
Yes, we're angry because at the same time, fear of fear. Andrew Wallace a man saying Andrew Wallace a man. Andrew Wallace do the best thing in a Jamaica. Andrew Wallace the best government Jamaica ever say. Best prime minister. You want to come and bash the man about Andrew can't spend money. Andrew can't spend money. You think Andrew a idiot?
You're a damn hypocrite.
So tell me, Steve.
No, you know, say I'm live in Jamaica. Me live in Florida, right? Saying, you see, me see when I go.
Talk someone, Steve. Steve, you can't talk all your talk, Steve.
I just want to have a conversation with him, guys.
I'm coming to Florida December 20th. I live in New York.
Yeah, Florida me live.
Steve, not die foot yard. You have to die Jamaica.
Hey,
look here. Look here, General. Everything I want to Jamaica, me I hear, me I listen. Everything I want to Jamaica, me I listen, General. Fear, brother. The people, them not corporate,
So
people not unite.
If you were in Jamaica, what would happen? What do you mean?
The government. What do them people? Why you not trust?
Why you
not trust anyone?
Steve, listen. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to understand your point. Just calm down.
Yes, everybody else knew.
So, you believe that Andrew Holness is the best prime minister the country has ever had, and that the country is going well?
Best prime minister in Jamaica we ever see. The best prime minister, Andrew Holness.
Can you tell me why that is?
And you know the people not fear because the PNP them come and bash the plan all the while. No, imagine Andrew Wallace and the government and them telling some suck up mama, some suck this and this and that. So just check that on the internet.
Language.
No, that's not over here, my brother.
The prime minister. The most of the PNP them do that. And you live out of Jamaica and you come from Jamaica and you're not dealing with prime minister. So that sound good? That sound good?
They say, Andrew Wallace.
So tell me, Steve.
So we must see. Yeah.
Explain to me. Just get me to understand. Explain to me. What have you seen, or just examples of the things that you've seen as to why you believe Mr. Holness is the best prime minister Jamaica's ever seen? Can you just enlighten us?
No, I'm in the area.
What are some of the things that you've seen which makes Dr. Holness the best prime minister in Jamaica's history?
So, all right, what I've known. So, what you ask? So, you don't see that? You don't see that?
I don't live in Jamaica, Steve, so I'm not really there to experience.
Oh, you don't live in Jamaica. That lady we are talking about, live in Jamaica.
No, but Steve, I'm just asking you the question, Steve. So I'm just asking you for guys, just mute for a second. Guys, mute for a second.
I'm a Jamaican.
Listen. You live in Jamaica.
I'll shut your mouth.
I'm a Jamaican.
Jamaican?
Just explain to me, Steve, just what are some of the things that people should be aware of as to why he's the best prime minister?
All right, you would up on the internet, and if you don't know what's the best prime minister, so you would have asked me then, because you were supposed to know that. The world, Andrew Wallace the Ongo government where all of the leader them over the country. What me about the commander talk about shut him out around the select while. I can't be matter, because I don't know one company not come tax. We just one company that just come bash one man. We just company and just bias. You just company internet and bias. If you want to see what Andrew Wallace is doing in Jamaica then, and you want to live in we live in a diaspora, you live You live where, but you don't say that and you don't hear about that. So how comes one of one just bash the man every time and I say, boy, Andrew this, Andrew that. Andrew this, Andrew
So
that.
Steve,
Mark Golding out.
so Steve,
Can I ask
Steve,
you
let me have a
a
conversation with you. So Steve,
Look how much
you're
money he get
asking
with
me,
it. Andrew,
you're asking me, Steve. Steve, one second.
Money get with it. Him get well for money with it. Only just alone.
One second. Steve, I've muted you for a second because you're doing a lot. Just calm down. So I'm saying to you, you've said that the Prime Minister is one of the best that the country has ever seen. You're saying that you're also claiming that people are constantly attacking him and he's doing good work. I'm just asking you, can you enlighten us and just tell us some of the things that you've seen personally as to why you believe he is the best, simply the best, in the words of Tina Turner? Why is he simply the best, Steve? Unmute and tell me now. Steve, you can talk now, but you've got to unmute.
Unmute Steve. Steve, unmute and talk. Steve, unmute your mic and talk, my brother.
Move past Steve. You see me going on tea time. Move past him.
He's not on tea time. I think he doesn't
No, man, it's soon jumping back.
the microphone.
It
Mute
down below.
microphone.
Steve, just click back the microphone. It they down beside the guest. Why name
So
there?
there's a microphone icon, Steve. If you just touch that, if you tap it, it will be able to unmute. You can unmute yourself that way. Steve, if you tap the microphone icon, you'll be able to unmute yourself.
Seem like they call him, man. They might get some. He might get. See,
Right.
then call him. Somebody call him. Give him some time. He might get little. They might give him little listen. Because me can't believe.
Let's go
make
to
your
Yard,
man
man.
talk. Yadi, go ahead. Yadi, they laugh. Make Yadi talk and then me talk after.
Back on. I want to hear him answer. I want him to answer Noel.
Yeah, but he's saying something. He's getting them a quiz him. He might know. Steve, unmute your mic and talk, my brother.
Steve, the mic is right beside where you type. Wow.
Steve
We're not watch one another.
Let's just give him the time. Let's just give him another 20 seconds.
Yeah, maybe he soon came in. Make Yard man talk now. Yard.
His AirPod mic.
Yeah, no talk. Go ahead, bro.
Go on, Yard man. Go on. He'll be back. He's probably got a call. He's probably at work or something, right? Let's just be fair and give him time.
Yeah, man. Give him little time. Give him little time. He need to calm down. You know, need little water. I need little water. But anyway,
and listen, he might come back and tell us things that we don't even know, and that might inform a lot of people here. And you'd say, you know what? In all fairness, Steve was right. So in the meantime, go ahead, Yardman. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, and everybody, good night once again. Yes, so I agree with what everybody is saying. Yes, for real, because me not trust the government one bit, and it could be both sides. It's not one side. You understand? Both sides do the same thing when they were in power. We're not gonna judge on one side only. You understand me, Noel? Because when PNP was there, money was thieving same way. You understand? So both sides. But I don't trust this government right now one bit. With no calculation of money, no spending of money. And when I said that, I want to ask a question. Who is gonna be over the government when they're spending this money? It's just a question I'm asking. If anybody know that answer, who's gonna be over him and the body of people who spending this money when it's gonna be spent?
Let me see if I can try to answer the question. The Public Accounts and Appropriation Oversight Committee in Parliament is one such committee which can provide oversight, and the other one is the Auditor General. Those are the two agencies which could provide some form of oversight.
But do we know, Hugh, if that committee will be independent or will it be consisting of the government, members on the government who will be overseeing all of this?
Yeah, the PAAC consists of government members.
Appropriation Committee is chaired by a member of the opposition, but consists of members of both the government and the opposition. The Auditor General is a constitutional office which has the authority to audit all government functions where money is concerned.
Okay, let's pull the handbrake back up and give Steve. Steve, are you back? Steve, if you're there, you're still in the box and we're sort of waiting for you to speak if you want to speak again.
I maybe want to go down and come back. Me believe that Andrew send back the money that foreign. Me believe that me say Andrew send back the money. If January coming in and use it, send it back that foreign. If you not use it by January, send it back. Nobody use it. Because right now, you see the sign where down at Negro, where how much did it come? $6 million?
No.
How much is standing?
26.
All right.
26.
Lord, make afraid. You see, then that some of the stuff them where we there in Jamaica listen, and them were overseas, they are only listening for us to listen them. Banga. Sir, good evening. Welcome.
Hey, Barry.
Yes, and then there's something I could afraid that. And then there's something I could afraid that Andrew. We're afraid of the JLP government. Then something that we're with here. Can one house I go build? Literally inside 5,000 container house. Who can live in a container house? You think say when you know how Jamaica act now when a sun when it's sun at a daytime, oh God man, you're not one I'll see you the man and see you want to act to start burning up the dead over the
But Eagle, there's no
Let me get to Baron 1 second, guys. Baron, go ahead. What's your take?
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why he was saying Andrew is the best prime minister is because of the things he has done in the areas of national security. This year is bringing crime. If things continue the way it's going, this year Jamaica would say the lowest reduction in crime in about 40 years.
That's it. When you work that out, that's
and
the
he
whole
stabilized the economy. He stabilized the economy.
Let him talk, guys.
He bring down the national debt.
Yeah.
He cut the national debt by half. Those are some of the things, among other things. Those are some of the things why he said Andrew is the best prime minister. And I agree with him.
Eagle, hold on. That's misinformation.
1 second, Hugh. 1 second. Let me just hear him out. So you're saying, Baron, right? From a security perspective, he's been world class, leading in that. You're saying the debt is another thing that he's brought down. What else has he done?
Provide unemployment, crime, and
he's provided unemployment. Or is he...
Before the election, you see, the prime minister was in public giving out a magazine with over 250 achievements that this government has made in his time, and nobody from the opposition side ever came out and debunked anything in it. None of them say anything.
So what? What about Hugh? Just what?
One of them right now.
Hugh, I'm gonna. Hugh, 1 moment. I'm gonna come to you. Just bear with me 1 second. So you're saying that there was a brilliant manifesto, and that may have contributed to the prime minister then winning a third term in September, right? So you're saying that manifesto and everything that he's achieved.
Those are some of the main. That's the main factor. His performance, why he won.
So if you were to, again, I think it's important to hear from, to hear you, and I think people will kind of interpret however way they will what you say. But in terms of his leadership, what would you rate the prime minister out of 10 in terms of how he's managing this crisis and how he's sort of been dealing with the fallout from Melissa?
I would give him 9.5%. I'll probably give him 99, a little more than 9.5. I would probably give him 99.9%.
Why is that, Baron? Why?
Because I think he's doing very well. For example, I hear some people talking about the prime minister don't want to give the people food. what the Prime Minister is against, I am against it too. I don't like, it reminds me of 80, where you have people giving out food and people running and grabbing food and
then the people are not. Oh God Almighty! Barry needs to come to Jamaica. Can't leave, Mr. Noel. Mr. Noel.
I don't like those things.
Barry,
I don't like it. It's not. It don't look good, my friend. Philip said, "Don't look good."
Point of interjection, Mr. Baron.
Philip,
guys, one moment. I promise. Guys, you'll be able to have a conversation. Just one moment. So Baron, so you're saying that. Go ahead, Baron.
Mr. Phillips, let me ask you. You see those people running behind the truck, almost sacrificing their life, because if they fall from those trucks, they can easily get run over. Do you agree with? Do you want your country to be running like that?
Well, Baron, I'm just thinking if they're hungry and they haven't eaten for days, that's what you do when your human instinct, survival mode kicks in, you know?
I agree with you. I agree. But it doesn't look good. So what the Prime Minister is gonna do, right? He's gonna organize a voucher system where you get a card and you can go into the store. You can go into the store and purchase the goods that you need. Don't you think that is better?
Barry, how long with the voucher system come in place, sir? Barry, because it seems like you get more. No, it seems like you get more information than we will live at Jamaica. We are help the people.
Because you're not listening. You're not listening.
No, me ask you, because you're supposed to know more information than me, because me there, me here, what going on, you sound like you know more me. So since you said that how long before they start give you the voucher, that me ask you, because you know more me, bro.
Not long. Shortly. I can't give you the specific date.
How long you think? Wait there now, Barry. Wait, sorry if I'm calling you wrong. How long you think for one man dead? How long you think? How much do you think for one man dead? You think for one man? How long you think? How long you think for one person to die from starvation? Sorry, to analyze. To analyze from starvation.
One man will analyze from what?
How long you think it take? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 30 days?
For a person, to somebody to analyze by
from
starvation.
From hunger.
Right.
Yes, it will take a person maybe like 4 or 5 days, or probably more.
Wait. Uncle.
What about the babies?
Right.
But that is not the case though, because people are getting food.
Bro, yeah.
Then just introduce yourself.
Our people are being fed.
All right, here's the thing. I'm gonna guys, let's just meet for a second. I'm gonna come to Hugh. You're gonna ask your question. Extreme, I'm gonna pick up with you, and then Yardman. Okay. So Hugh, Extreme, and then Yardman will come back up. Go ahead, Hugh.
The Baron just said the Prime Minister has brought down the debt to 50%. In 2016, Jamaica owed $1.9 trillion. 2024-25, the debt is $2.2 trillion. In 2012, debt to GDP was 147%. In 2016, when the government changed, it came down to 122.5. Today, it is at 62. So the debt in itself has not come down. What has come down is debt to GDP, which is the amount of money the country earned versus the amount of what you paid for the money you borrow. So the debt has gone up, not come down. So that is misinformation to say the Prime Minister has cut the debt by 50%.
Well, you might be a bigger economist than I am, but the Prime Minister have publicly stated that, and nobody has challenged him.
We all have Andrew as a liar, so that's the first thing shall come
out. No one has challenged him, not even the gentleman who is now speaking.
I am challenging the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is disingenuous, and you also to say that, because the facts does not borne that out.
Much.
The facts doesn't borne that out.
The opposition spokesman.
And we there live in Jamaica don't see that.
The opposition spokesman and finance did not challenge it. And then you have other economists in Jamaica, and none of them challenge it.
Oh, wait there.
So for
So
this
that not
gentleman
because
now to come
not
and
because they're
challenge
not
the
that that means that we're not gonna pick out. Everybody has sense and pick sense out of nonsense, Baron. The
All right,
opposition have to go and
extreme
talk.
coming
You,
in.
for your talk, we supposed to listen and hear, bro. Not because you not talk, not because you say that I think with you and so. Because through the opposition attack, we are going to and we not say nothing.
So
And
that
that's our
was
country
the
the way there.
Phillips.
information. That was the information I was.
Okay.
Phillips. Who would you tend to believe more? Who would you tend to believe more? The opposition spokesman and finance or Mr. What's his name? What's his name?
Sleepy.
Not the man who just speak
Sleepy,
a while
man.
ago.
Sleepy.
Whatever he is. Okay, sleepy, whatever.
Extreme,
Yes.
go ahead and ask your question,
Yeah,
please. I know
yeah.
you want to.
So it is evident what Mr. Blair just cleared up. That is what I wanted to say. But Baron, it is evident that you do not understand the difference between the debt and the debt to GDP. It's two different. The information when you make reference to who would you believe more? Some of these information are public information, Baron. So you
Yes.
can weigh the information for yourself. It is available to the public. So you can use that information to determine if it is that the debt that you are talking about was actually cut into half.
Right. Okay. So you're saying then, but the prime minister did say it cut in half, right?